everybody. And my groundhog is waving at you too. We just got done a couple days ago. February 2nd was Groundhogs Day. And so today our story is going to be all about groundhogs and other animals that are maybe wannabe groundhogs because of all the attention that the little groundhog gets on Groundhogs Day. So my question is, do you know the story and why Groundhogs Day is important? Does anybody know? Right, that's exactly right. Yep. If he sees his shadow, there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. And if he doesn't see his shadow, spring will be a little early. So that's good. So today we're going to talk about weather a little bit, about shadows. We're going to tell our storybook, and we're going to play a little groundhog game. So do you think that a groundhog can really predict when spring will come? That's kind of like predicting the weather, and that's hard. Do you think a little groundhog can actually do it? Yeah, well, he's certainly been doing it for a long time, and sometimes big stories get told about little groundhogs, and I think there's something to it about if it's sunny and cold on February 2nd, he sees his shadow. Maybe that has something to do with weather patterns. But, oh, what? Oh, you want to play the weather game. Okay. He wants, little groundhog here wants to demonstrate some weather. So, all right, go ahead. You know, he's down here looking for something. Oh, okay. All right. He's got a spray bottle. What? Oh, okay. All right. So you have to guess what weather this spray bottle is going to demonstrate. It looks to me, is there water in that, Mr. Groundhog? There is. Okay, so spray the bottle. I'm going to get all wet. Oh, yeah, I'm getting all wet. Why did you want me to spray that bottle? What kind of weather was that? It's like, what do you guys think? What was that? It was rain. Oh my gosh, and now I'm all wet. Okay, all right, here's another one for the groundhog. Maybe you'll get this one too. He said, get out your cotton balls. Okay, what's he gonna do? What? Oh, throw the cotton balls? Okay, here we go. Woo! What kind of weather do you think that is?
Snow.
Snow. Yes, it was. Snow. Let's see. Okay, let's do another one. What? Oh, okay. Mr. Groundhog says, get out his glasses. What kind of weather would it be if the groundhog wears glasses? I heard sunny day. Is that right? Yep, if he needs sunglasses, the sun would be out and it would be so bright for his eyes because, you know, he lives underground. And when he comes up and if the sun is shining, oh my gosh, he needs sunglasses. All right, well, I think we have 2 more here. Oh, here's a silly one. What? Okay, put it on my head. All right, so he's going to put this crazy thin piece of white fabric on my head. Man, I can barely see through it. What is this supposed to be, Mr. Groundhog? Everything's all kind of whitish.
Foggy.
Oh my! Foggy. How did you guys guess that? That was really good. All right. And one last one. He said, oh, yeah, okay. All right. So I have a bowl of ping pong balls. Ping pong balls. Uh-oh. And he says, throw them? Okay. Oh my goodness, ping pong balls. Oh, let's see. Ping pong balls, what would that be? Did you say hail? Well, you guys got that. That's really good. Okay, so you know some weather that happens around us. There's one more. We forgot one? We did? There's a fan over here. What? He wants me to turn on this fan. Okay, I got the fan turned on. Wind. All right. Well, you know, groundhogs are very good at noticing shadows because that's what he has to do. He comes out of his den and looks around to see his shadow. And so he's really good at noticing shadows because it's his job. Let's do some shadow recognizing practice. So I've got a game here, and Groundhog is just going to watch for a minute. Let's see if we can do this shadow recognizing game. So I have a folder, got a little hole in it, and parts of animals are going to come popping up through that hole, and see if you can recognize what animal this is before the whole animal gets there. Oh my goodness, here comes the shadow.
Shark.
Did you say shark? I thought I heard you say shark, and you're right. Yep, it's a shark. Oh, Groundhog really likes this game. Let's see. Let's do this one. You can't see this. Here comes a part of an animal. Oh, through my folder. Oh, feet first. It looks like he's got webbed feet. Check that out. Whoa, I don't know. What's it gonna be?
Duck.
I heard you say duck. Oh my gosh, yes it is. It's a duck. This is a fun game. All right, let's do another one. Oh, this one's coming up feet first too, I think. Feet, but there's a little tail. What's my rabbit?
Rabbit.
Yeah, it was a rabbit. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, this one is coming tail first again. Okay, here's. Whoa, wait. He's being stubborn. Oh, skinny tail, fatter tail, fatter tail, oh my goodness, what is this?
Octopus. Crocodile.
Alligator or crocodile, right? Oh, you guys are good. So you get the official Groundhog Shadow Recognizing Award for getting all of those right. Nice job, you guys. So we talked about the weather, we talked a little bit about shadows, and if you want to play a game with shadows at home, get a flashlight and start flashing it around in your room when it's dark and see what happens. It's really fun to watch the shadows on your wall. Okay, so here's the question. Do you think it always has to be a groundhog shadow that predicts when spring will come? What do you think? Do you think it would always have to be a groundhog? Because everybody has a shadow. Sharks have shadows. Rabbits have shadows. Alligators have shadows. I have a shadow. So does it always have to be the groundhog?
We all have shadows.
We all have shadows. We do. Well, our book today talks about, does it always really have to be the groundhog? So I'm going to change my camera so you can all see the book, and let's read the story about this and see if it really always has to be a shadow. So here's the book. It says, who will see their shadow this year? And I'm going to say, because Groundhog's Day already happened, it's a couple days ago, who will see their shadow next year? Look at all those animals. So I'm going to turn my book over. And this story is by Jerry Pallotta. There's a little groundhog sticking his head up out of the snow, out of his hole. There he is. Who will see their shadow next year? It was February 2nd, and the animals are so tired of winter. Because it's cold and you can't go out and play all the time. Oh my goodness. Maybe Groundhog wants to see this book too. Yeah, definitely. Okay, if a groundhog casts its shadow, it means 6 more weeks of winter. But why should the groundhog always be famous? I don't know. What about us? Well, who is us? What's that? A chicken? Oh yeah, Let me try my shadow, says the chicken. Oh, chicken, chicken, chicken. I don't know about chicken. Let's see what happens when chicken sees his shadow. There's the chicken shadow. Oops. Look at that. Oops. It causes a big rainstorm. Oh, chicken's getting wet. All right. Next, the polar bear tries his shadow. Oh, look, there's the polar bear shadow. It's long. And you can tell that the polar bear is what? Polar bear's on ice skates. That's pretty cool looking. That's a polar bear ice skating shadow. Okay, what's going to happen when the polar bear sees his shadow? Its shadow causes a huge blizzard. Maybe cotton balls again. I don't know. A huge blizzard. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there's an animal. There's a camel. Can you see the camel shadow? Oop, there's his humps right there. Oh, my gosh. The camel tries because he's seeing his shadow. What's going to happen, Mr. Groundhog? Oh, the camel shadow starts a sandstorm. Oh, I can barely see that camel. Look at that. Whoa. Well, that didn't work. Let's see. Okay. Oh, dog. The dog sees his shadow. There's the dog shadow. Looks like he's barking. Oh, no, he's panting. Look, his tongue is hanging out. And that's even in the shadow. You can see it. Dog tries his shadow. What's going to happen when dog sees his shadow? Boom. Oh, my goodness. Bow, wow, wow. It gets foggy. Oh, yeah. Foggy. Foggy doggy. Oh, that even rhymes. Oh, dear. Well, that wasn't right. Oh, here's another animal. Will the pig shadow work? Wow. Now that's a crazy shadow. Looks like the pig is standing on his paw or his hoof. He's got a scarf on. There's his little tail. Wow, that's a pretty cool shadow. Because whatever the animal or the person does, the shadow does too. Will pig shadow work? Oh, thank you for turning the pages, Mr. Groundhog. Okay. Oink! Oink! It's a hurricane! Oh no! That's a pretty strong bunch of weather. Oh, so that didn't work. Okay, here's Buffalo. When Buffalo shows his shadow, ooh, that's a great strong looking buffalo shadow. When Buffalo shows his shadow, it sleets. Oh, sleet is kind of half rain and half snow, right? Sleet. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that didn't work. That didn't predict spring. The animals are getting frustrated. The animals are getting frustrated. Nothing worked. It didn't predict the spring. Turn the page. Wow. How can we bring spring? Buffalo, pig, polar bear. How can we bring spring? What about the panda shadow? Oh, look at that panda belly. Yeah, the panda's big belly here and the panda's big shadow belly. What about a panda shadow? Find out. Oh, ping, 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 ping. It starts to hail. Lots of ping pong balls. No, actually hail is ice. Ping, ping, ping. It starts to hail. Poor panda. He's getting hit with ice balls. No! Oh, here's another animal. Try a koala shadow. You know, groundhogs need a break every once in a while. I would think that a panda shadow would work. Let's find out. A panda or a koala. One of those had to work, but let's see if the koala shadow would work. Oh, gale force winds. Still no spring. Oh, what is that? A butterfly. Look at that cool butterfly shadow. I tell you the truth, I've never seen a butterfly shadow on the snow because they're either hibernating or they're still inside their egg and they haven't turned into a caterpillar and then a butterfly yet. A butterfly shadow? I don't know. Maybe a butterfly shadow works. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hot, sweaty, and muggy weather. Oh, look, the snow is dripping. It's melting. Drip, 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 drip. Well, that's almost because snow melts in the spring, right? So butterfly almost did it. Not quite. All right. Oh, here's an animal I've never seen before. The ring-tailed lemur swings to show his shadow. And look at that shadow. It's the lemur swinging from a tree and giving us the peace sign over there. Wow, the peace sign. Yay. He's really excited. He's thinking that maybe he's going to be the one. Let's turn the page and find out. Oh, it gets misty like a rainforest. Woo, mist in the air. Have you ever felt mist on your face? Yeah, I have too. Oh, well, here's an animal I really like. A peacock shadow. Look at its feathers. That reminds me of flowers and springy colors. Maybe the peacock, yes? Look at what a cool shadow the peacock has. Little dots where the feathers are. I don't know. Let's find out. We're running out of animals here. Oh, wow. Peacock shadow causes a tornado. Spinning. Oh my goodness. Not spring. All of that spinning and all of that tornado noise wakes up the groundhog. Ah, there he is. His friend, the other groundhog. The noise wakes up the groundhog. Look, the groundhog has no shadow. It's spring. It's spring. Yay. Because if the groundhog pops out of his hole and doesn't see his shadow, like this one here, spring will be early. Yay. Look at those flowers. Look at the snow patches melted. Wow. Yay. It's spring. It's spring. Yay. Last page, Mr. Groundhog. Wow. Winter is over. Happy Groundhog's Day. And we hope you guys had a happy Groundhog's Day. Woo! All right, that's our story. That's a really good one. Look at all those animals that tried to bring in spring with their shadows. Huh. All right, so I'm going to put that down. And we're going to change the camera back to FaceTime. And we got a game to play, another game. Yeah. And this time I've got a great big old contraption. And I'm going to put it on the table so you can see it. It's a groundhog, kind of like a Wheel of Fortune game. And I'm going to put some books under it so you don't see that reflection on the screen. And what we're going to do is, did you ever wonder what groundhogs do all the time when they're not predicting when spring comes? Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel and find out. But I need some responses from you guys. Look what I've got right here. I've got some cards, and I'm going to write down what you think a groundhog does. And I'm going to put it in the game. And we'll spin it, and we'll see some silly things that groundhogs do and some actual things that groundhogs do. So I need you to think up something that you want me to write down on the card so we can slide it into the game and play Groundhog Wheel of Fortune. So if you think of something, hit your space bar and tell me something to write on my card.
Groundhogs will see the shadow.
What?
Groundhogs will see the shadow.
See a shadow again all the time. All right, so we're going to do that. Groundhogs see their shadow. Okay, so I'm going to stick that right in here and put it in the game. So I need 3 more things that a groundhog, and it can be silly too.
Groundhog eats pizza.
Eats pizza. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna write eats pizza.
Groundhog eats pizza.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that one up here in the blank spot. So eats pizza. Did I hear somebody else say another thing? What else? I have 2 more left. 2 more ideas. What do you think? It can be anything. What do you guys like to do? You could say
Groundhog climb.
he climbs. All right. Groundhog climbs. Or hey, how about goes to bed and then goes to school? Okay. All right. So we're gonna put that one in the last one right here. So you guys had some great ideas. And so now we are going to spin the wheel, but we have, whoops, this won't go in. There we go. Now I got it. There's the groundhog. Okay, so before we spin the wheel, actually groundhog is gonna spin the wheel. It's gonna give it a really good spin. We're gonna say this little rhyme. I looked for my shadow, and the people say, I look for my shadow, the people say, but what do I do after Groundhog's Day? Can you say that with me? I look for my shadow, the people say, but what do I do after Groundhog's Day? Okay, here we go. Spin, let's find out. Whoa! What's he gonna do? He landed on groundhogs climb a tree. So yeah, and actually groundhogs can climb trees when they're scared and predators after them. They can climb a tree. They really can. Ah! Okay, here we go again. I look for my shadow, the people say. What do I do after Groundhog's Day? Here we go. Spin it, groundhog. Oh! Pizza! Eating pizza, ordering pizza, you're right. That's a silly one. You know, groundhogs eat a lot of plants. Okay, I looked for my shadow. The people say, well, what do I do after Groundhog's Day? One more. Oh, one more click. Groundhog like this one. What does that one say? That one is one that you thought of. Groundhog climbs. Maybe he climbs trees. Maybe he climbs up on a log. He climbs. They do. They have little claws. They can climb. Okay. I look for my shadow, the people say, but what did I do after Groundhog's Day? Let's find out. That's one that you guys came up with. And that one says, goes to bed and then goes to school. All right, we're gonna do it about 3 more times. Okay, whoa, let's see. Oh, it stopped. Is that go to bed and then go to school again, or is that something different? Oh, that one hit climbs again. He climbs trees all over. Let's look at, I'm gonna click it a little bit. Groundhogs are also called woodchucks. And what do you think? Do they chuck wood? Do they throw wood like that picture there? Groundhog says no. They're just called woodchucks. Okay, one more spin. Let's see. Oh, they do it. Groundhog Whoa. Oh, we're getting close to pizza again. Oh, there's another one. What does that one say? That one says groundhogs learned how to make shadow puppets. That would be fun.
That was my idea.
That was your idea, shadow puppets? Very cool. All right, let's kind of explore on these one by one, and then we'll do one more spin. Okay, that was that one. Whoops, I'm having trouble. Okay, that one is eats pizza. Goes for a swim. Do you think groundhogs can swim? Yeah, they can. Groundhogs are good diggers and they can dig their burrow really long, almost 66 feet. And they climb all over the place, like you said. And they go back to sleep in their dens after Groundhog's Day. Yes, they do, until there's grass to eat. And they're woodchucks, but they don't throw wood. And here's one you said goes to bed and goes to school. Oh, here's one. Can groundhogs whistle? They actually can. Sometimes they call them whistle pigs because when they're threatened by a predator and they want to let everybody know there's danger, they'll whistle. I can't whistle like a groundhog. Okay, here's climb trees. Oh, see, there's Shadow. Order pizza. Learn how to make shadow puppets. And oh, we're back to the top already. So one more spin, and then we're going to do a little craft together. Whoa! Groundhog goes back to sleep in his den. Until 6 more weeks this year, I think, because he didn't see his shadow when he came out on February 2nd. So I'm going to put away my Wheel of Fortune game, and we're going to change the camera so we can do a craft together. And it's all about shadows. And if you have a flashlight, you can play with it later. Okay, so changing the camera back, and this won't take us very long. It's an easy one today. Okay. Whoa. Oh, there's my pen. And I'm going to get out my stuff. Today, if you want to do the craft, you're going to need a pair of scissors, probably something like saran wrap, a little bit of tape, a pencil. There's my pencil. And not the cotton ball. And a ruler, perhaps, or anything straight. And 2 sheets of construction paper. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start by making kind of a picture frame out of my first piece of construction paper. And I'm going to use my ruler, my fat ruler here, and I'm going to mark a line there with my pencil. And I'm going to go to the end. You know what? You can't see that line on camera, can you? I'm going to get a darker marker just so you can see it, but you can do it with a pencil. Okay, so there. Now you can see my lines that I'm drawing. And I'm measuring the end. And I'm just using my ruler, my fat ruler, as a guide. So I know where I'm going to cut. Okay, I'm making a picture frame. Okay, so you can see there's a square in there. That didn't turn out so good. There we go. There's my line. So those are my guidelines where I'm going to cut. So now I'm going to put my 2 pieces of paper, one with the lines on top. Line them up like that, and then I'm going to fold them over. If I'm going too fast, let me know. So I'm not going to crease this right here, but this is how I'm going to cut out of the middle and make a frame. See, there is the line I want to cut on, and I want them to match, so I'm going to do them 2 together. So I folded it over, but I'm not going to crease. That's where I'm going to cut. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut on my almost fold up to the line right there, and then over, and whoops, I'm out of camera. And then there's the rest of the frame. Now I'm going to take that out. Oh, whoops, I didn't. There we go. And I have a picture frame. Whoa, pretty tricky. So I don't want to see my lines that I made on this one. So I'm going to put my lines to the inside. I'm going to put it down on my table. And I'm going to take, this is called a shadow frame, by the way. When we're all done, you're going to have a shadow frame. There's my frame. I'm going to take some saran wrap. I almost said aluminum foil, not the same thing. Saran wrap is what we're using today because you can see through it. Rip it off and sticking it over my hole and pulling it so it stretches. You know, saran wrap sticks to itself a lot. And now I'm going to tape it. I'm going to tape it in place. Here's my tape. Okay, so I tape my saran wrap down at the top right there. And I'm going to tape the bottom of my saran wrap, stretch it so it's clear, and tape that down. And one or two on the sides, I think. A little piece of tape over here. And over here. Okay, so now I'm going to put the top over it like this. See, there's my frame. And now I've got a window. See how the saran wrap's in the middle? But I got to make sure that this sticks down too. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape around that to hold it together. And I can do that near each corner, just like that. And just like that. Now I have the two corners taped, and I have the top taped, and the other corner around each corner. Did you see how I taped that? Whoa, and now it's really it's not as floppy as just one piece of paper, because there's two pieces of paper. Okay, there we go. See, there's my frame. That's my shadow frame. So let me get out my room isn't dark, so you might not see the shadow. But when it gets a little dark, you can see a shadow. So I'm going to take my flashlight, and you can cut any shape you want. You know how earlier in the story time we were looking at a duck shape. You could draw a picture of yourself that's kind of small, or I got a picture of a groundhog. You could do something like a ball, a koosh ball, or a ball of snow, or anything that you want, because anything that's solid will cast a shadow. So because this is a frame, I'm going to hold my groundhog in the frame. Yeah. And then I'm going to shine my flashlight at the groundhog and hold it up and see if there's a shadow behind. So I'm going to stick my groundhog up on the shadow, and I'm going to hold and then I'm going to look at the table to see if there's a shadow of the groundhog on the floor or on the table. So that's what we're going to do. It's kind of like a fun toy to play with. You can hold something up. I'm going to go back to the FaceTime camera so you can see actually how I did this. And let's see if we can make some shadows. My room isn't dark, so it's kind of hard to see the shadows when it's not dark, but okay, so here we go. There's the frame. There's my duck that I'm going to make a shadow out of. Oops. Hold him in there. Then I'm going to shine my flashlight at the duck and look at the floor to see if his shadow got cast onto the table. And yes, it did, but it's not dark in here, so you can't see it. But that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing different shapes. So now I'm going to hold up my groundhog, see, and then shine the flashlight on him in the frame and see if he can cast a shadow on my table. So you can play with that. But you have a cool shadow frame that you can put anything in, shine that flashlight, and see what kind of shadows you can make. So that is our craft for today. We hope you have fun playing with it. All right, well, I'm going to say goodbye today, and so is Mr. Groundhog. So thanks for coming to Storytime and having fun playing groundhog games and finding out about weather and shadows and groundhogs. Bye! I saw something I had never ever seen before. And here's where you get to make a choice. Was it a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I'm just gonna stick some pine cones in my box, and then the fun starts. I just start rolling them around. The air rushing out of the balloon is gonna push that balloon up. So let's see what happens. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. So that's how rockets kind of work. We are going to build 2 different kinds of rockets today.
Put the cork on as fast as